Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today we're going to talk about what do I eat on a carnivore diet and what actually is the food. First off, let me say welcome. If you're new here, I'm glad you found the channel. Very briefly, I'm out here walking. That's what you're watching. 16 months ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for 2 to 2.5 minutes, and now I'm out here walking every day. The primary purpose of this channel is to show you that it's never too late to change your life. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here as well. It does mean an awful lot to me that you choose to spend a little bit of your day with me. But let's just jump right into this thing, because I had a question yesterday that, you keep saying carnivore diet, but what do you actually eat? Well, I've talked about this before, but the basics of the carnivore diet is animal products. Meat, eggs, dairy if you can tolerate it. Dairy is kind of the sticking point, because some people do okay on dairy, some people don't. So that's one of those things you have to play with. That's where the N=1 experiments come into play. And there's lawn services up there, so we're going to turn around and go back the other way for a bit. As Dr. Dr Chaffe says, there is gold medal food, silver medal food, and bronze medal food. Of course, the gold medal food is grass-fed, grass-finished, according to most people. And it is the most nutritious and nutrient-dense food you can get. Grass-fed, grass-finished beef. However, depending on which papers you read, it's somewhere between 8 and 11% more nutrient dense and has more of the good stuff in it than grain finished beef. But it can cost an awful lot more depending on where you're at. So that's one of those things you have to decide for yourself on what you can afford, or whether or not that's worth eating or worth paying for. The silver medal food is, of course, grain finished beef. And then I would put chicken, pork, all of the other meats in there as well. I think I'd probably call most fish the gold medal food, depending, of course, on how it's raised. If it's wild caught, it's better than farm raised. But I still believe farm raised is better than no fish at all, if you're adding fish to your diet for certain nutrients that you may or may not need. I don't eat a lot of fish. I only get some frozen salmon fillets about once a month. But anyway, back to the bronze medal, the silver medal food, grain finished beef and pork and chicken and some fishes. Is it as good as the gold medal food? No. But it is still better than everything else. Go down this way for just a little bit. And then the bronze medal food. And this is where I started my diet. And I was still eating in the bronze group for about the first 85 or 90 pounds of my journey, because I'm a retired guy on a fixed income. I can't afford all the expensive foods. And this is the important part. as Dr. Berry says, eat the most or the best food you can afford. You know, it doesn't do you any good if you say I'm only going to eat grass-fed, grass-finished beef because it's healthier. Well, in my case, that means I could eat 2 or 3, maybe 4 days a month, and I'd have to fast the rest of the time. So you need to eat what you can afford. And bronze metal foods, lunch meats, deli counter stuff, you know, pepperoni, salami, lunch meats, that kind of stuff, spam, potted meat, Vienna sausages, all that kind of stuff. Hot dogs. Is it the best food you can get? No. But if you're switching from a standard American diet, it's going to be a lot better than that. Like I said, I don't remember exactly what it was. Between about the first 80 or 90 pounds of my weight loss journey was on the bronze metal foods. And you know, there's eggs fall into this as well. You know, obviously the pasture, the free range pastured chickens are going to give the best tasting eggs. But if what you can afford is the cheapest run-of-the-mill egg that you get at like your local grocery store, that can make a lot of difference. You could pay $5-6 a dozen for the really good eggs, or I think I just paid, it was like $4.50 for a twin pack of 18 count eggs, so I got 36 eggs for that. That's fairly cheap nutrition. And while the grocery store regular old cheap eggs aren't going to be quite as good as the free range pastured eggs, you got to make that choice for yourself, because the bronze metal food group is still better than anything else. I mean, yeah, if you look at a package of hot dogs, let's say there's 10 hot dogs in there, and there's a carb each, or even 2 carbs each. Yeah, if you eat the whole package of hot dogs, you're going to get somewhere between 10 and 20 carbs, which is not ideal. But compare that to a package of Cheetos. Now all of a sudden, it's a lot less than what you had before. And my guess is that you're not eating just a package of Cheetos for your meal. It is Tuesday. I've got dance class today, so I'm not going to walk a whole lot further because I made that mistake last week. I went for a little bit further walk, did some squats and some other stuff, and then went to dance class, and things got a little jacked up in my knee. Sorry, I had to bend over there, pick up a piece of trash that somebody dropped in my front yard. And now, since today is trash day and my bin is still out here, I'll just throw that in there and they'll come and take it away sometime today. But yeah, so the bottom line here, folks, is eat the best food you can afford, but don't stress out. I mean, if hot dogs and Vienna sausages and lunch meat, pepperoni, salami, all of that stuff, if that's what you can afford, then you will see progress. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little video. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.